I do remember as a kid when someone mentioned the word Hollywood. And me living in communism, hearing that word was like a science fiction. And let me be clear, that word Hollywood, it was not forbidden, not at all. On the contrary, we were told how Hollywood, apart from making movies, is the hub of people who are working day and night in creating perfect commercials to undermine communism. And boy, they were spot on. A few decades later, when someone says the word Hollywood, we think about those amazing actors who, if they don't act, appear on commercials for even better white teeth, alcohol, food, body weight loss injections, and the list goes on. However, when actors struggle with alcoholism, drug abuse, or mental health issues, they understand the next step in their career is to secure a book deal, participate in TV shows, and podcasts. These platforms allow them to share their journey of recovery, showcasing their journey to sobriety, health, and happiness, and encouraging others to purchase their story. That's a Hollywood. So the same actors who are successful become the drug addict, alcoholics, obese, whatever it is. They go with that sad story, Cry Me a River, and they get a book deal, they go on TV shows, and they are again talking how they're happy and healthy, and you need to buy that story. However, as I said before, that is far, far from the truth. Do you agree with me? Hello, all of you risk takers and truth seekers. I'm welcoming you to podcast Life, the Battlefield, where we explore life's biggest challenges and victories. My name is Bekes, and I hold the Guinness World Record for the longest live audio broadcast. As well, I spent 1,800 consecutive combat days in war fighting for democracy and freedom. And my professional career included working in military security and diplomatic intelligence services. I'm also best-selling author and have passion for podcasting. Needless to say, in today's episode, we will discuss the cause of death of Matthew Perry. So let's dive in. I believe you all seen at least one episode of the TV series Friends. And I admit that we're all watching that series, Friends. We are all familiar with all the roles played by everyone, and we today mourn the loss of one of them. It was a sad day for everyone who appreciated this sitcom. Chandler, the comic character, is a well-known role for Matthew Perry. And that being said, Matthew Perry's death is garnering attention once again these days, almost 1 year after his passing. And you're wondering, why is that? Well, let's go dig into that topic. Let me start with this. Delete all messages, all our messages. When the word of the actor's death surfaced, Jasmine Sangha told her associate, delete all our messages. The terrible end of actor Matthew Perry, who died last October 2023 at the age of 54, took a new turn on Thursday, August 15, 2024, when it was announced that 5 persons, including Perry, longtime personal assistant, and 2 doctors, had been prosecuted in connection with his death. On October 28, 2023, authorities discovered the actor, who had battled alcohol and drug addiction for years, is found dead at his Los Angeles home. Do you remember what I said at the beginning? How the actors become successful, then become alcoholics, the drug users, and then they go into lengthy healings, recoveries to stop being drug addicts, alcoholics. But yet Matthew Perry, he was fighting alcohol and drug addiction for the years. He was one of them. A coroner's report revealing that the Friends star died from the acute effects of ketamine. For those who don't know what a ketamine is, I'll explain to you. Ketamine, it's a dissociative anesthetic with hallucinatory effect, has long provided animal and human anesthesia. These days, doctors only treat depression under close supervision. Because it's produced a brief out-of-body experience and hallucinations, it has psychedelic properties that led to its popularity as a drug as early as the 1980s. Again, comes from Hollywood. Matthew Perry, he has been transparent about his battles with alcohol and drug addiction. At one point, he checked himself into rehab for amphetamine and Vicodin addiction, putting Friends production on hold. Well, he was one of the main actors. He claimed that over his lifetime, he had more than a dozen stays in treatment and that he spent up to $9 million attempting to get clean. On October 28, 2023, authorities discovered Perry unconscious in a hot tub at his Los Angeles home. The autopsy attributed Perry's death to the effect of ketamine, while his system also contained the opioid buprenorphine and treatment for opioid use disorder. Perry began using ketamine for recreational purposes. Of course, they all started doing drugs for recreational purposes. What is a recreational purpose using the drug? Like, is this like I'm doing the fitness today, I'm doing tomorrow, I'm doing. Once when you start using any type of these drugs, is not recreational purpose, you become addict. That's reason it's drug. He became recreational purpose user while receiving frequent infusion therapy for depression and anxiety before his death. So he was battling depression and anxiety. We all need to get the drugs from somewhere. He was getting from Ketamine Queen. And who is she? The suspected dealer, Jocelyn Sanga, who holds both American and British citizenship, is well known among elite affluent circles. Sanga appeared in court wearing a Nirvana t-shirt and pleaded not guilty. However, judge denied her bail application, likely due to the risk of escape, and she'll remain in detention until her appearance before a judge in October this year. According to accusations, she sold Perry ketamine on October 24 last year, and he died 4 days later. Perry accused her of selling him about 50 ampoules of ketamine for $11,000. In 2019, Sanga started dealing drugs. At the press conference, prosecutor Martin Estrada claimed that Sanga's North Hollywood residence was a true center of drug trafficking. A search of her home turned up more than 80 ketamine ampoules and hundreds of pills, including cocaine, Xanax, and the other prescription drugs. She stored, packaged, and sold her materials outside of the house. She dealt only with celebrities and the wealthy. Do you know why? Because allegedly, the bottle of ketamine, it's $12 in a pharmacy. She was selling for $2,000 per bottle. $12 versus $2,000. Of course, she'll deal with celebrities and the wealthy. The same people who's going to tell you, don't take the drugs, don't eat this, exercise more, have the white tea, be positive, be motivated, do this. And then at the end of the day, most of these celebrities, they are all depressed, they have battle anxieties, and they're getting the ketamine. From who? The queen of ketamine. The queen of ketamine was glad to flaunt her jet-setter lifestyle on social media. Why shouldn't? Because her illegal activities brought her a handsome income. She socialized with the rich and famous. She attended the Oscars and the Golden Globes. Now you have the drug dealer amongst elites. 2 weeks after Perry passing, she shared an Instagram story from Japan and then from Mexico. Social media posts claim that just 1 day before her arrest became public, Sanga went to hair salon and had her hair dyed purple. I don't know why, but she just need to dye her hair in purple. Let's go start with accusations. The prosecution claims that she began providing Perry with the ketamine after co-defendant Dr. Salvador Plasencia disclosed the actor drug's interest. He had been treating his depression with ketamine. The doctor, he treated depression with ketamine. He doesn't say to the Matthew Perry, maybe you should take it easy, relax, don't record nothing. Instead of this, we give you more ketamine. Additionally, Dr. Plasencia bought ketamine from Mark Chavez. Mark Chavez is a different doctor who is also defendant. But why the doctors subscribe that drug? The two of these doctors made roughly $55,000 of the actor, and they knew he was abusing ketamine to the point where his life was in jeopardy. The prosecution claims that Placencia instructed Kenneth Ivamsa, Perry's personal assistant, on how to administer ketamine injection to the star. That's it, personal assistant giving injections. According to prosecutor Estrada, the defendants were more focused on their financial gain that met Mr. Perry's well-being. And Jaswin Sangha was the primary supplier of ketamine for all victims, not just the late actor. That's a sad part. During the investigation, US police discovered evidence linking her to another overdose fatality that occurred in 2019, obviously the year when she started dealing drugs. The documents state that she gave the ketamine to a man named Cody McLaurin, who overdosed and died as a result. The ketamine you saw my brother kill him, family member texts her. The family member identified as the cause of his death. Days later, she searched the internet for, can ketamine be listed as a cause of death? This is very interesting, guys. When you're doing these things, you think you understand you can cover the crime. But what you don't understand, and I'll share a secret with you, when police looks into something, they're using imagination first. So they have the working versions, how it's happened, why it's happened, and they deducting each case with a new factual evidence. More evidence, less working versions, till they don't come to the proper working versions. But the criminals don't fall on the big things, they fall on the small things. As of this queen, she was dealing the drugs, and then she goes on the internet and she does listing for herself. Can ketamine be listed as a cause of death? It's a listing on a Google search on her computer. If convicted, she faces a required minimum of 10 years in federal prison and maximum life term. That's a sentence. According to NBC, court documents suggest that Ivamsa gave the actor the deadly quantity of ketamine. After all, he's been instructed by the doctor, and he could say, no, I don't want it. On his day of death, Matthew Perry, he begged the assistant to inject him 3 times. Perry begged Kenneth Ivamsa to give him one big one, referring to his 3rd dose of ketamine that day, just before he died in his bathroom. The actor was in a hot tub when the assistant obeyed him and went to conduct some work. When he came back, the actor had passed away. Thus, give me a big dose seems to have been his last words. Maybe the best way to sum up Perry is to quote Chandler from Friends. I'm hopeless, awkward, and desperate for love. Matthew Perry died from overdose, supplied by the queen of ketamine. Let me know in the comment section, what do you know about ketamine? And do you believe that Hollywood stars and celebrities are abusing the drugs? And why they are suffering from anxiety and depression? Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe, share, like, and comment. Thank you.